I in my baba. Yeah. Lava when I register at the company or want me to do your returns or filing your beneficiary ownerships, just hit me on 0765661277. You can call or WhatsApp. Yeah. I want to react on Dr. Ndlozi's interview with McG and Sol on podcast and chill. So I'm looking at the video later, but I was very emotional yesterday because I was like, inside a lot. So he explained a lot of things. I'll just do some touch-ups here, which I feel like that are necessary. As I was watching, I was even taking notes. So one thing you can tell is he's not a person who regrets for not telling the leadership about Floyd's departure. I think he took that matter very lightly, and he didn't take it as serious as it was, and he speak on a perspective of being a friend, not of being a leader. We are not saying you should have went around and told the leadership. No, even if you know it's not about going around, you should have called Floyd and called the SG, and then say, "Hey, there is this matter here." You see, you say it in front of them. Even SG will tell Guru, "No, you are not lying, because why would you call an SG and tell such a thing?" But there's a point that he raises. He'll be like, "Imagine if I went to tell the leadership and then Floyd said, 'Hey, he's lying.'" Jeez. So we can't blame the leadership on how you got treated, especially with the suspension, because it was a matter. Who do you trust at this point in time? Because Floyd and Ndlozi, they are very friends from vets, as they say. You see how where they met. Because he explained that he met Floyd when he was at vets, was preaching in KEF. KEF is a ministry, they're still there at vets. It's a society. So I'm from there as well, so I know the KEF thing. So it's a society, it's a Christian movement. So he was supposed to tell the leadership that thing, I'm a wage driver, I'm a gossiper. No, you can always find a proper way to state the matter without having to gossip. But he also raises a point of these people entangled us to Zoom. So the way he felt entangled, so he thought this entangling thing is going out, and he also raised a point that Floyd didn't go to the picket line. We never saw the Floyd is our enemy. No one, not even Julius, not even SG, not even anyone in the episode Floyd is an enemy. We said MKP because MKP has been planning to swallow the EFF inside them. So we never said Floyd is an enemy. We never said since Floyd crossed the picket line. No one ever said Floyd crossed the picket line. No one. He left the EFF and joined the MKP. MKP that wants to destroy us. So because you look alike and you want to kill me, you're not an enemy. Oh, come on, man. But also, the issue of him going back to the EFF, and I think he might just stay wherever he is. He's done whatever he had to do all these years, and we still love him. And in that interview, he was very good because he managed to massage his constituency and his followers to say, stick around with me. People expected him maybe to be harsh on Ramaphosa. He's just a citizen like anyone else. He has his own views now. He doesn't stand with the views of the party. Blah, 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 blah. So that's another point that I liked about that. So you shouldn't be entangled to hate Ramaphosa. And he tells Floyd that I don't trust Zuma. And he says Floyd was not recruiting him. When he says I don't trust Zuma, one can think Floyd was recruiting him. Why would you say I don't trust Zuma? Well, this is a discussion. Why do you say I don't trust Zuma? On what basis? And as I said, the leadership has been entangling us to Zuma, and he has been against, and he's not lying. I remember even it was in when we were campaigning for 2020 for May 2024 national elections. He was in Valley, spoke very hard on Zuma, and people started taking jab. I know that some fighters. What man? There's this guy from Musako Bono. He was even said these people are taking our base in KZN, and we are still mingling with them. Kanti the leadership knew what it was doing. So that's another thing. So when he was rating presidents, he rated Zuma very bad. Uh, he spoke so good about the EFF, and he said he will never join any voices that speak against EFF or or Julius Malema, like unlike Floyd. But Floyd, in his justification, he has been taking a lot of bullshit from EFF members who have been being hard on him. I remember one day I was like, in South Africa, it's only ANC and EF and MKP that received millions. It doesn't know 1.1 millions. But anyways, you are saying more than 1 million, more than like at least 2 million votes from black people. Yeah. And when they asked him about the ice boy thing, he answered it so well that it means I know how to serve. They were trying to mock him. But yeah, it's not important, that thing. And he was asked about VBS. Don't want to get into that. He's never part of the VBS thing. He was never presiding over any budget. That's why he's a free man. I'm just looking for... And one thing you can tell, he has no problem with these two people that are fighting, Julius and Floyd. Like, he personally loved them. He loves that one as a friend. He loves that one as a comrade. And that thing of brotherhood, I don't think, when you say absolutely, he doesn't mean it. But he doesn't hate Floyd. He doesn't hate Julius. Ndlozi loves Julius, and he even state the mere fact that his contribution into South African society and politics is unmeasurable. He didn't say it like that, but and he's gone through a lot for where he is. Yeah, so you can tell this guy loves these people. And he says the reason for him to leave the EFF, you could read the room that is no longer wanted, because it was not about him being wanted. It was not being trusted. He was no longer trusted. How can you trust such a person? And at that moment, the mood, the environment, because Ndlozi was supposed to defend the movement. He says, how must I defend the movement? If the criticism is unfairly, then I must take it. So when people wanted EFF to close down, they were attacking the EFF. People say we conceptualize the EFF. He never said anything. Only today he's saying, because MG asked the question, whose IP was it? And then Ndlozi answers the question, says, it was never an invention. It was Julius and Floyd who set down what is to be done. That's why in each and every speech of Floyd in Parliament, you would always say what is to be done when he gives solutions and suggestions to the SONA or anything. What is to be done? That was the motive of establishing the EFF. So Floyd won't say, I conceptualize, but these were the things that we wanted from Ndlozi. Just say, no, you just tweet. That's it. So that we know where we stand with you. Yes, Julius took a jab at his wife, which was wrong, but he was just trying to give a limelight. This guy that you love so much is not with us. Do you understand where I'm coming from with this? So Ndlozi was supposed to speak. Yes, he failed. First, number one, he failed to speak at that time when Floyd go. Okay, that's fine. Let's say we eliminate that. Number two, when the organization is attacked by these MKP people and members of the society, where are you? You are quiet. You're not saying anything. Someone say, I conceptualize the EFF. You are quiet. But these are the things you were supposed to say, because these are nothing new. These are the things that he has been knowing. That's all he was supposed to do. We should have known where we stood with Floyd. I mean, with Ndlozi, but he's such a great man, a great individual, a lover of people, and we still love him. Bye-bye.